It's AEW All Out. Ain't no way I'm going to say all these title matches in the teaser, but they're all coming up. Let's go.
That's $1 million picture.
We are covering WWE and AEW.
Well, I'm not going to say she's there yet.
I feel like DJ White was cool.
We will beat him with this bat right here.
What is up, y'all? Thanks for tuning into the Wrasslin Corner, your favorite pay-per-view PLE prediction podcast. So fresh here, I like to come to you the week of any WWE and AEW pay-per-view and go through it, predictions, opinions, and that's it. So make sure you subscribe to the Real Fresh channel. That's where you find this podcast, the Wrasslin Corner. All kinds of other great podcasts and content on there, so be sure to check it out. But let's just get right into it. Let's start out with the AEW World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. I mean, I like Kyle. Actually, I really like Kyle Fletcher. I probably even prefer might be a stretch. I don't know. But I do really like Hangman Page. Kyle Fletcher. I love both these guys. I don't think there's going to be any title change. It wouldn't make sense here. Hangman's just turned baby. Well, it's only a little bit, but it's pretty relatively new. Babyface turn, babyface title run. Kyle Fletcher, it just doesn't feel like he's there to take it from Hangman, at least not quite yet. The match itself is going to be great. You know, both guys like to leave it all in the ring, so certainly it will be a great World Championship match, but we got to go with Hangman Page as my think. I wouldn't mind Kyle Fletcher winning. I don't mind the Don Callis family and that weird music. It's not music that he has, and I kind of like Don Callis and commentary. I think I'm in the minority of the Don Callis fans, but anyway, it is what it is. Hangman Page will win. But very good. Let's go, Kyle Fletcher. Okay, and then we have the AEW Women's World Championship. I'm looking at Toni Storm, the champion, defending against Jamie Hayter, Kris Statlander, Thekla, in a 4-way championship match. I think the time for Toni Storm to drop the title came and went again somehow, and she didn't drop it. I am so personally tired of her gimmick, although I believe it's still over. She's certainly the most over female on the roster, and gets the most pop for sure. You can't deny that. I'm just not a fan of the gimmick. I think the gimmick's gone stale. What's the gimmick? She's like a old school whore. I'm pretty sure that's it. Toni Storm is certainly going to retain this. My pick would probably be Kris Statlander if I was going to pick one here. One of the most tenured there. I'd have to think about Jamie Hayter. Let's pick the strongest of them all. Yeah, that would be my one, Kris Statlander, but I'm pretty confident that Toni Storm will take it home. I'm not super excited about that one. And next up, what do we got? We got the World Tag Team Championships. Not the Young Bucks. The current champs are Brodido. They will be defending in a 4-way ladder match. Young Bucks are in the match. JetSpeed, Hechihero, and Josh Alexander. I paused, but I think I said it right. All right, so this is probably going to be my favorite match. It's a ladder match. Tag ladder matches are always the best, too. You got everything. You got JetSpeed. They're fast. They got high flying. You got Brodido. I mean, Brody King is brutally violent. Plus, he can go high flying. Bandito. I believe he's current ROH champion. Underrated still. I can't see Hechihero and Josh Alexander really having a chance in this. I know they would have the Don Callis family, but Josh Alexander, and Hechihero. That just seemed that's not a real tag team to win the AEW World Champs right now. Even JetSpeed makes more sense, and they're not going to win it. It's going to be the Young Bucks or Brodido, and where the Young Bucks recently won that $500,000 and they've been blowing through it, I'm fairly certain it's going to have something to do with them running out of money, but I couldn't nail down the exacts of it. But I think they're going to not win when they think they're going to win because they don't have any money left. And I'm going to go with Brodido to retain. They got the high flying, they got the brutality, the stiffness, the physicality. I can't wait to get my new studio up. So my think and want, I'm going to lay it down as Brodido. Double up. The next one we're looking at is the AEW TBS Championship. We're looking at Mercedes Mone versus Riho. I don't even really care. Do you care? No one cares. Mercedes Mone is, I'm fairly certain, got creative control over the TBS Championship. Riho has never looked like a champion. She's so soft, and if you're going to be that soft, you at least have to go hard. I'm not sure either of these ladies are even sweating out there. I hate this match. This will be a skip match for me. But who do I want? I really don't care. But it's going to be Mercedes Moné. It's not even close. And for a card so stacked, I mean, I understand it's the TBS Championship, and there are other non-championship matches, but next up we got the Coffin match. That's right, a Coffin match. Darby Allin, John Moxley. Coffin match. Coffin match screams Darby Allin. This is going to be probably the most brutal match. These two are probably willing to go the farthest of all the matches in totality. So it's going to be a brutal one. I think Darby Allin is going to do the biggest or the highest high spot. And John Moxley is going to bleed. I just cannot see Darby Allin losing this Coffin match, coming back from climbing that mountain. It would just make sense to give it to him. John Moxley had a long, underrated championship run. I like John Moxley on the Death Riders, but he has been doing a little bit of jobbing since dropping the title. He's been putting a couple people over here, and I think this is a good opportunity for someone that he respects in real life. I don't know if I made that up or what. I think he will put Darby Allin over, and I think it's going to be a great hardcore match. Next up, I'm looking at a tables and thumbtacks match. Not sure I've ever heard of one quite billed that way. MJF, Mark Briscoe. I feel like every Mark Briscoe storyline is going to have to do with his brother now. I'm not really loving that. MJF has been taking personal jabs. I'm going to put you under the ground with your brother. Blah, blah. Quite a few different variations of that. And, I like Mark Briscoe and Jay, but MJF has been getting the mic over on him, I guess is how you could put it. Mark Briscoe, I think, is going to take the worst bumps here as well. Mark Briscoe, it's been a while, but he can go hardcore. MJF has done it. He'll bleed. I think Mark Briscoe is a much tougher man, and he's going to take the thumbtacks. He's going to take the most tables. He's going to bleed the most. I think MJF will have a lot of momentum early on in the match. Babyface comeback. Think and want Mark Briscoe. Yeah, I just can't see MJF. And I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but he's mostly just a mouthpiece. AEW Unified Championship match. I'm talking Kazuchika Okada defending against Konosuke, Takeshita, and Mascara Dorada. So the Unified Championship, I'm glad they got rid of one of the championships. They could probably get rid of another, but that's off topic. The Unified Champion Okada, we've got Takeshita. I mean, we can rule out Dorada, right? There's no way. They're a great wrestler, great luchador. Not winning the AEW Unified Championship with Takeshita and Okada in the match. They may be even there just to take the pin. Hmm. So then that would leave Takeshita or Okada. I honestly think I like Takeshita more, and he's got the Don Callis family, triple threat. You know what? I'm gonna go think and want Konosuke Takeshita. He's huge. He's stiff. He can also do the high flying, the strikes. He's the perfect combination of agility, high flying, but also a huge man, but also can fly. I'm just pumping his tires here right now, looking like a merc. What? I am a Takeshita fan. Okada is awesome too. You know, the wrestler. Is it the pure wrestler? Whatever he was going by there. I do like that gimmick. I like his little red scarf. I just like Takeshita more. He's got the Don Carlos family. Triple set rules. Let's go with Takeshita. And then we're looking at Adam Copeland. Don't call me Cope. It's back to Adam Copeland. Christian Cage reunited in Toronto, in Canada, taking on FTR. So there's no way Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are going to reunite in Canada and lose to FTR. I would understand if it was like a one-off and they weren't active full-time wrestlers, but they're still full-timers. Cage. Copeland's still trying to find some relevancy since he left. He's one of the few guys that it did not pay off, eh? Well, maybe a few isn't the right word, but it was a big drop off for him. He might have had the biggest drop going from WWE to elsewhere. And Christian Cage honestly popped off, I think. So, and he was always better. So FTR is going to put them over. FTR is more in their prime. They're the better wrestlers right now. They'll carry the match, to be honest with you. But Cage and Copeland gonna win in Toronto. Do I care who wins really here? Not particularly. I do like Cage the most, Christian Cage. So let's cheer for Christian Cage. Think and want Copeland Cage. And believe it or not, the matches keep going. These next two I feel like could have been rescheduled, but the first one is Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and Gates of Agony. So the Hurt Syndicate dropped the tag titles to Brodido, and now they are in the storyline with Ricochet and Gates of Agony. There's nothing really on the line. Props to Ricochet for elevating his heel game, but also elevating the Gates of Agony. They never would have blew up so fast without him, as much as people don't want to give Ricochet credit for stuff. Hurt Syndicate. They're title guys for me. I don't understand what they are doing in a random triple threat match at All Out with all these other title matches. I just don't get it. I do think that Hurt Syndicate are going to wipe the floor. I think AEW is going to realize how overscheduled they are and force this one to be quick. Maybe even a one finish pin. Think and want Hurt Syndicate. And the worst of them all, not worst of them all, but the one that could be rescheduled for sure. Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. It's nice to see Eddie Kingston back. You can just put him on Ring of Honor, to be honest. Well, I'll go watch him. Anyone who wants to see him will go see him. You don't need to force him into this pay-per-view. Shout out Eddie Kingston. He's a hardcore. He's legend. No hate. I'm just saying. Big Bill, he's not coming back to lose to Big Bill. Watch me eat my words. It's certainly impossible. I don't see it. Think and want Eddie Kingston. And, I'm interested to see what type of shape Eddie Kingston's in. that it comes and goes. Some days he looks really great, and then a few months later, I see him, and he's, happens to the best of us, me too, but put on a few pounds, get a little slower. Big Bill's an in-shape big guy, so we'll have to see what happens there, but it's always good to see that hardcore guy back in action. That is AEW All Out, guys. I didn't run any ad breaks in this one, so I'll just do a couple quick ad reads here off the cuff. You guys know I have the W code, W Energy Drink, sugar-free. It's the best. W.GG code real fresh. Links in the description, of course. Also, use my gambling bet, guys. If you guys are looking for that deposit bonus, I have 125% 3 times at the Real Fresh Bet US link below. And that is it. I guess my writing. I do cover AEW exclusive for GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. I cover AEW for GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. I also cover WWE and, let's say, the North American pro sports for StadiumRant.com. So check it all out, guys. Everything's in the description. You need caffeine. You need deposit bonus. You need sports rating. Check it out. The Wrasslin Corner half fresh. Every time you have a AEW pay-per-view, every time you have a WWE PLE, I'm doing the predictions. And I just did them. So subscribe. If you like football, guys, tune in Tuesday night live, 8 p.m. Eastern, for my sports show, Fresh Take Sports Podcast with Big Luke. It's going to be, what, are we in week 4?
That's $1 million picture.
We are covering WWE and AEW.
Well, I'm not gonna say she's there yet.
I still like to see Jay White with the gold.
We will beat him with this bat right here.